let's chitty chitty bang bang. So in today's video, I do want to talk about some of the coping strategies found in this book called Emotional Intelligence 2.0. Specifically, we're going to be focusing on chapter 6, self-management strategies. For those of you who are not aware of what this book is, trust me, I wasn't either until a couple of days ago. But it comes with this really nifty little QR code on the back of the book. And once you scan it, you take this little questionnaire and it gives you a grade on these 4 categories: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. We'll probably be practicing some of these strategies in real time because given the environment that I live in, it's not always the most peaceful, not always the most content ready. But after skimming through all 17 tips last night, I did walk away a little frustrated. And I wanted to talk about my frustrations out on the internet because maybe by the end, I'll realize that I'm just being stubborn and adverse to change. So, without further ado, tip number 1, breathe right. Stop breathing so shallow and take a deep breath, because apparently shallow breathing leads to this fight or flight response in your brain, whereas deep breaths can help you regulate your emotions better. So everybody together. Is my mom pissing me off? Yes. Do I wish she had a naturally lower tone of voice? Yes. Do I wish this house was quieter? Yes. Do I feel better after taking these deep breaths? Absolutely not. Moving on. Create an emotion versus reason list. This also pissed me off. I'm an emotionally driven person. So if I were to write down my emotions versus my logic, my emotions list is going to far outweigh any logic that I could ever present a situation with. Okay? And also, when you are emotionally minded, it is very hard to sense more logic than what you can generously offer a situation. Okay? Now, mind you, I do appreciate the book, and it's saying, don't always simply rely on logic. Emotions are just as important. There's a nuanced balance that you can find. However, if you're being led in one versus the other, then you should probably follow it. Great. I'm usually 9 times out of 10 being emotionally led to something. So that tip doesn't really help me. And some may argue, well, once you write it down, maybe you'll realize that you don't have as much emotional data to back yourself up with. And to that I call garbage, because my pattern recognition leads me to believe that I have plenty of emotional pattern recognition to go around for me to say that that's dumb. Deep breath, logic. My emotions matter. And I'm not saying that the book doesn't say your emotions matter. I'm just more emotional than not. So that tip doesn't really help me, because I'm always going to go based off of emotion if that's the case. Number 3, make your goals public. Me personally, I hate that. My goals change all the time, and not because I am unable to maintain my goals, but because I am an overachiever and a perfectionist. So the goals that I set for myself are already incredibly unrealistic. So if I go on and tell the world what my unrealistic expectations are for myself and they try to hold me to it, I'm going to burn out, because I should have never made that an expectation to begin with. I should have set the bar so low that anything that I do above the bar would elicit praise. But I shoot for the stars and never land on a star. Always land on some terrestrial war-ridden planet. So I don't want to tell people what my goals are, because my goals are far too ambitious. But if I give them very little goals, then it doesn't look like I care. So be accountable. And also people, this just could be my own observation, but people don't give me a lot of grace. I've learned all my life I've heard, oh, she doesn't need any help, she's smart enough. Oh, she doesn't need a compliment, she probably hears it all the time. Oh, she doesn't need assistance, she's got this. I need help all the time. I need help all the time. Just because I'm faking it till I make it doesn't mean I wouldn't like some assistance. So yeah. But yeah, if I were to set like a really high goal for myself, people are not going to be willing to help me along the goal. They're just going to judge me for not being able to achieve said goal because they had the same high expectation of me. Garbage. This one made me laugh out loud. Count to 10. I double dog dare you to count to 10 in a customer service setting. I double dog dare you. You will never make it past 4. You won't. And granted, to the book's defense, it says sometimes you just simply can't make it to 10. Okay, especially if you're having a real-time, heated conversation with someone. It'll be a miracle if you can go, what? Before you can finish the word 1, you know? But deep breaths and count to 10. I'm pretty sure I was taught that in my physical education class in the 5th grade. People pay $35 for this book. Moving on. Sleep on it. You can sleep with anxiety. Granted, do I sleep all the time? Yes. Will I still wake up with crippling anxiety once I wake up? Yes. Do my problems go away simply because I slept? No. I promise you I wish they did. Unfortunately, not how life works. No. But sometimes apparently if you sleep on it, you wake up the next day and go, was it really that big of a deal? Unfortunately for me, anytime I think something's a big deal, it is indeed a big deal to me until it is fixed. Fixed or gone. And that doesn't happen simply because I went to sleep. So, not very helpful. Oh no, I lost my page. Oh no, everybody. Everybody. Oh no. Damn. There it is. Deep breath. Talk to a skilled self-manager. These people get sick of me because I want to pick their brain, but they don't understand why I'm asking questions. My questions come off mighty accusatory. A lot of people also don't have the time. Like these skilled self-managers, they don't have time because they're managing other things. They don't want to make the time for me. At most, I'll get an hour a week with these people. And there are not enough people in my life where I can go to. I got like 2.5 people that I can ask questions. And here's the other thing. If they're too close to you and you are too honest, they start viewing you a different type of way. So yes, rely on your mentors, but don't be too honest. But be accountable. Moving on. Smile and laugh more. I'm one of the more animated people I know. Okay, just because I make some very suspicious looking faces from time to time, and look very doubtful a lot. I do be laughing and goofing off a lot. And sometimes when I get pissed and I smile, people can figure out really quickly how disingenuous I'm being. So I think they'd rather me not smile. I do it on the phone. That is a good habit I picked up while working at a call center, that if you're smiling over the phone, it reads as though you are indeed happy to be on the phone, even though you'd rather be sticking nails in your eyeballs. But in person, or when I'm stressed, I love my stress life. I love breathing. Be fake is what this book is teaching me to be. Is be fake as hell. Be fake. Oh my God, let me continue. Moving on, set aside time in your day for problem solving. Because I have so many hours in a day. Because I have so many hours in a day between work and then my animals and then trying to date and then trying to have a social life and then trying to save money. Also make time to solve your problems. Granted, could you just sit for 5 minutes and try to solve your problems? Sure. What will that do for me? Will that make money come out of nowhere? No. Will that make people start being responsible? No. Will that make other people around me smarter? No. Or more considerate? No. Or Will that train my puppy? No. 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 Making plans is also so fruitless to me because today I can tell myself, oh, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And then life happens. And now I got to do A, B, C because of whatever life decided to do instead. So what it really is the point? What really is the point if there's a problem, handle it in the moment. That's what I got to say. Stop trying to avoid problems because no matter what you do, the problem's going to come. If that problem is meant for you, baby, that problem is meant for you. Take control of your self-talk. I could lie to myself, right? And tell myself, life is great. And life is unfair, but it's good. And life is terrible, but there's a purpose. I could lie to myself and say stuff like that. Or I could just be honest and say life sucks and life is unfair. And feel like I'm walking in truth and not gaslighting myself. If I gave myself any more grace, I would make no progress. And if I was any meaner to myself, I don't know what the consequences of me being meaner to myself would be necessarily, but me being nicer to myself just makes room for laziness. So I have to be a little mean to myself. It's my mom's voice in my head that I've adopted now as my own subconscious. And that voice is unfortunately relentless. Being kind to myself is so foreign. But anytime I've ever tried to be kind, I take it to the extreme and I end up doing nothing. So there has to be a balance. A nuanced balance. I'm getting more and more frustrated, as I'm sure you can tell, as I go on through this list, because through this list. Visualize yourself succeeding. Why does that matter? My visualizations and how life actually operates are two very different things. So I can visualize till the cows come home. I can ruminate on things, but that's just going to cause way more anxiety and then disappointment / frustration when the way I envision things doesn't actually happen that way in real life. Oh, but you're not practicing success enough then. I'd rather prepare for failure, if I'm honest, because practicing for success, I don't ever get success, but I do get a lot of failure. So planning for it seems like a more useful sense of my time, in my opinion. Deep breath. Moving on. Clean up your sleep hygiene. Stop reading, stop looking at technology, go to bed, turn off all the lights, make everything silent, even though you live with your mom, who's loud as hell, and you can probably hear her in this video, even though you just got a puppy, even though you can't sleep with the thoughts going on in your own head, so you need other noises to drown it out. Just sleep whatever it means to you. Dude, I do better on 6 hours of sleep than I've ever done on 8. Do whatever this means to you. The scientists are so weird. Even the one guy that everybody loved, the Andrew dude, now Huberman. Now everybody hates Huberman for being a sellout. Trust nobody. Trust your own body. If I know I do well with 5.5 to 7 hours of sleep, anything over that is stupid. Turning off the TV, stupid. Turning off the lights, stupid. If my body is so used to that, I'm going to keep doing that. Also, my work schedule is all over the place. Some days I have to be at work at 5. Some days I don't have to be at work till 8:30. You're gonna tell me I gotta wake up 3 every single day? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Go clean up your sleep hygiene. You want me to live in a perfect world. Guess what we don't live in? Moving on. Focus your attention on your freedoms rather than your limitations. That is the most gaslighty piece of advice. Would I want to trade my problems with anybody else's set of problems? No. I'm very familiar with my problems. I'm already used to my problems. I don't want to have to adapt to a new set of problems, okay? However, paying attention to my freedoms, the illusion of freedom, I'm grateful for my job. I don't want to have to work for money. I'm grateful that I live at home. I don't want to live with my mama. I'm grateful for the animals. I hate the fact that they get sick. I am grateful for all of these things. There are so many life is such a balance, right? Every good thing has to come with the bad. But if I only look at the good and don't acknowledge the bad, again, going back to the previous point, it feels like I'm lying to myself. I get so discouraged. Stop picking up good things, because you're just picking up more bad things alongside with it. It's like hoarding, really. Stay synchronized. I'm going to be honest, I already forgot what that meant, and I'm not going to bother reading the chapter. Number 14, speak to someone who is not emotionally invested in your problem. This is the only one that works, but then you have to give them so much context. I'd rather just rely on ChatGPT. I swear to you. And also, to all of these people that are going to like religious psychosis, spiritual psychosis, mental psychosis because ChatGPT is feeding their delusion, ChatGPT won't let me call people fat and then starts shaming me for fat shaming others on ChatGPT. How is ChatGPT telling you that you are a miracle oracle prophet? Meanwhile, it's telling me that I can't call people chubby. Girl, I'm talking about myself. Moving on. Learn a valuable lesson from everyone you encounter. What if I don't want to? First off. Second off, what does it have to do with self-manage? The people I hate teach me how to not be like them, and the people I love teach me to be like them. That is common sense. What a stupid book. This is such a stupid book. Put a mental recharge in your schedule. So not only do you want me to take time to problem solve, now you want me to take care of myself. With what time? Okay? These YouTube videos could be argued that is my self-care. Spending time with Winston, self-care. Going out for a walk with Coco, self-care. A mental recharge into your schedule. A recharge isn't solving my problems. The only thing that is going to fill my battery is the removal of a problem, not me accepting the problem, not me moving on from the problem, not me forgiving the problem. It's the problem being resolved. And a lot of the time, the problems in my life are completely and utterly outside of my control. So, make time to recharge. Accept that change is just around the corner. Where's the change? Where? Emotional intelligence 2.0. I don't know if you could tell, but this is not going to change my life in any way, shape, or form. I'm not willing to accept it. Please, if this has made any sort of difference in your life, please let me know down below how you can incorporate any of these self-management tips for me. Because I think this is stupid. But apparently I need to be less bitchy. And this will help me be less bitchy. Mission not freaking accomplished. If anything, I feel bitchier. But anyway, if you like this video at all, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Know that I love you with all my heart. And I'll catch you in my next video.